Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tom Burkhardt from Car Revs Daily, going out for a quick drive in the 2017 Toyota Prius Prime. The Prime, the Super Prius. This car is awesome. I really like it. I've been trying to figure out how to do a good drive review because most of my sort of foot on the floor type of like performance drive reviews are not really appropriate for this car, which of course can do 133 miles to the gallon if you plug it in every once in a while, and even driving like you absolutely stole it will still be above 50 miles per gallon, which is awesome. But of course, so not super appropriate to just hoon it around, but that's what we're gonna do anyway. So 2017 Prius Prime is, I'm going to argue, the Prius to get, even if you are going to plug in just infrequently. Even if you don't plan to plug it in very often at all. There are a couple reasons for that, and we'll dive in. So first, let's talk about the differences between Prius Prime and the regular Prius and the Prius 2 Eco, and then we'll touch on its main rival, how the Prius Prime fares versus the Chevrolet Volt, and then we'll touch on the trim levels and what exactly this car has on it. So so of course we flip to full EV mode right when you get on the brakes, no matter what drive setting you're in, normal, eco, or power. I'm in power right now, so I'm just gonna give it the goose. We've got a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder making 95 horsepower, same as the regular Prius, but with a slightly different injection system. Not a big deal. So 95 horsepower, and then that pairs with a 71 horsepower electric motor that is also shared with the regular Prius 2 Eco, but has a ton more voltage behind it. You can use a lot more of that electric motor's power because you have so much more battery power. So that's where Prius Prime gets its name from. This is the new plug-in hybrid, and as a result, the battery pack is like 12 times larger than the regular Prius. We're at like 8.8 kilowatt hours for this Prius Prime's lithium-ion battery pack, whereas the standard Prius for 2017 runs like a 0.65 kilowatt hour nickel metal hydride battery pack, like a traditional legacy pack. Proven, they've sold 5 million of these things. And then the Prius 2 Eco is the most efficient standard Prius, and that one will do 54 miles per gallon overall, 58 in the city, thanks to a 1.31 kilowatt hour lithium-ion battery pack. So when you go up to that Eco, you get the lithium-ion pack and you double your capacity to 1.31 kilowatt hours. But our Prius Prime here, goes up to almost 9 kilowatt hours. So obviously huge improvement there, and you could really make the most of this this additional electric power thanks to higher voltage and just more electricity supplied to the electronic motor, or to the electric motor. So even though they have the same on paper powertrain, this Prius Prime does feel like it has significantly more passing power at speed, where the regular Prius can sort of run out of puff. But on the highway at 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, Prius Prime still has power to give, and still accelerates pretty convincingly, which is really good, because standard Prius definitely, while being pretty peppy around town, does lose some points on the highway, because there's almost nothing left to give when you floor it. At least above 70 miles an hour or so. Whereas Prius Prime really keeps going, and we didn't bump into any top speed cap. Some of these cars have like a speed cap of like 99 miles an hour sometimes. Like Chevrolet Volt first gen had that, and many electric cars. Prius Prime will keep humming right past that. I heard, a little bird told me, and really does well at those highway passing speeds. One issue with Prius Prime that we'll touch on in a little bit is that while its handling is improved by the more even weight distribution, thanks to this big lithium-ion battery pack in back that adds like 200 pounds back there, the directional stability with crosswinds on the highway can become a little bit of a handful. A lot of Priuses have that issue. We'll hit it right here on the head. A lot of Priuses have that issue where if you're driving on the highway at 80 miles an hour into crosswinds, the car becomes really susceptible to picking up pavement, grooves, and also the wind itself. So you kind of have to hold on at that point, but the steering is great and handling is great up until that point. I really like the way the Prius Prime drives. It seems to ride a little smoother than regular Prius, which is fantastic news, and also is a lot quieter. Tons of sound insulation for the Prius Prime to make sure that when you are in full EV mode, that it's suitably EV quiet. So they've really loaded on the extra sound deadening for the Prius Prime, and the benefits are clear as day. You can really pick out how much more refined Prius Prime is than the regular Prius. So other upgrades are pretty extensive. So this cabin, we have a new touchscreen here that is enormous and really helpful, super easy to use. We've got like our climate settings there, and our audio source here. And then if we go to like our menu, we can look at our app suite with like, once you have the Entune app on your phone, then you can get Pandora and all that stuff. And it's just a one-touch thing. You do have to get Entune on your phone before you can have those apps, but not a big deal. No Apple CarPlay, again, also for this Toyota. Toyota does not believe in Apple CarPlay, but you know, not a problem. This nav is pretty good. It's got traffic, and but not any 3D animations or anything. And you can see, like right now on the map, it's lost us. Like it doesn't know where we are. But we can show like let's show like our energy monitor while we're humming along here. So very good button responsiveness. Not quite great swipeability and pinchability for this new touchscreen from Toyota, but it is enormous, and it is very detailed and nicely integrated into this cabin look. So of course, regular Prius stuff, we've got our main gauges and displays all up here. So we've got digital speedometer, and then configurable sensor cluster where we can look at our fuel consumption, drive monitor, all that stuff. And then of course just toggle over via the steering wheel, direction, look at what song's playing, check the climate info, check out our lane departure, messages, and then settings. So really just like, once you've driven any Prius, this Prime will make perfect sense. We've also got an energy monitor that we can display up there that shows when we're charging batteries, when we're using batteries, and what have you. So very easy stuff if you've ever driven a Prius. And same goes for the drive selector. Like, we just plop it into drive. Really, you learn it in like one day. It's a piece of cake. Our drive mode selectors in eco, normal, or power here. Go back into power mode, obviously, and then our hybrid EV button here, and our EV auto. So when you do have some charge in that battery, you have a lot of EV range. You've got 25 miles of EV range in this Prius Prime, and about like a 5-hour charge on a regular home outlet, and down to like 2 hours for your charge if you are using like a dedicated, like a 220 volt system. And even quicker with like a charge point. Any of those EV charge, like Charge Point is the brand, and any of those EV chargers that you'll see like in malls or in many offices these days will charge it even quicker. So you've also got like app control. You've got remote charging via the app, and then remote climate settings via the key fob or the app itself, which is really nice, because you can get the car to a prime temperature before you even get in, and therefore not be using, so you'll be using electricity from the mains, as they say, to alter the climate, versus using using the gasoline engine. All this is really very good, kind of like technical detail stuff, but really don't get bogged down too much in the numbers. If you do look hard at the numbers, you'll see that the biggest rival for the Prius Prime, the Chevrolet Volt, has a much bigger battery pack even. Has like almost twice the size of the battery pack, up to about 19 kilowatt hours for the Chevrolet Volt. That gives you 40 miles of EV range versus the 25 miles of EV range in this Prius Prime. But really, like, it's kind of like an academic difference. The Volt will let you stay in electric mode for more throttle travel. Like, it gives you more electric power, whereas Prius Prime is, as a safety feature, is really going to come back in with that electric motor, or excuse me, with the gasoline engine to supplement the electric motor when you need it, which is good. I mean, overall it's good, but for like true EV buffs, you know, they'll want to stay in electric mode as much as possible. So Volt does have a little bit of an advantage there, but it has other compromises too. Like, it's not as roomy as Prius Prime.